Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Garage Golf Simulator here at Turbo Talon Golf. It is Saturday, the 7th of March, 2026. The simulator is warmed up quite a bit, and we're going to play some sim golf on GS Pro using the ProTee VX launch monitor. Let's play the SGT Tour Winter at Bay Hill, Arnold Palmer Invitational. I'm sure it'll be fucking terrible. Let's play round one. Crushing It's in the chat. What's going on, my man? 6,400 yard tees, Friday pins, 5-foot gimmies, normal greens, normal fairways. Of course, we're at sea level. Why the fuck wouldn't we be? Stimp 11, no wind. Happy Saturday night. Happy Saturday night. Bay Hill, good old Bay Hill. It's pretty washed out. Does it look? It doesn't look quite that washed out to you guys, I don't think, but it looks pretty washed out on my screen. It doesn't matter. Let's hit a drive. I don't know how many TikToks I have in the chamber, but we'll see what happens. Starting to warm up here in Utah. That's what I know. Well, that's a good way to start off. That felt really bad. That felt quite terrible. Guys, we've been playing Bay Hill a lot, obviously. I will tell you that the colliders have been meticulously added to this course. And if you think you're getting through a tree or a bush, you're out of your fucking mind. You are not. I suggest not hitting them at all. You've been warned. This is one of those courses where somebody actually went through and took the required care to add the colliders. But at the end of the day, it's still a shitty video game that I wish I didn't have to use, but I do. Not a bad shot. It's a par 4 though, I think, so we need to get near the pin. That's all I know. I know what I know, and that's all that I know. I think there's some shitty 90s song that says that or something. I think all of the SGT events for this week are at Bay Hill, or most of them are. Web Plus, SGT Pro, all of that nonsense. And it just gets a little bit harder every level you go. Like a good video game should. Could we bother to get in the hole? No. Would that have fallen in real life? Debatable. Don't know. .202 to the pin here. You guys played this hole quite a lot. It's not easy. We need to roll out about 200 yards, which appears to be my 4-iron according to my cheater sheet. Another fun thing about these beryllium copper irons is every so often you got to hit them with some vinegar, because even during the round, as you wipe them off and get water on them, they start to tarnish. So all I do is I hit them with some vinegar every so often, every 2 or 3 weeks. Keeps them shiny, but not too shiny, not annoyingly shiny, like they would be if you polished them with like a polishing wheel. Same shot we hit here every time, over on the left. And as you know from watching the professionals play this, it will funnel off. So we'll just try to shoot bogey. Okay, double bogey. I should probably pay attention to how far we have to go. All right. Bogey, 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 bogey. You guys, sometimes I think golf's easier in the simulator, and sometimes I start to question that. Quite a lot. We've got water here on the left, and we got OB on the right. Pick your poison. The water, because of how early you enter the hazard, is going to fuck you just as bad as the OB. So just try to get your happy ass somewhere not wet and not out of bounds. That's all I can say. If we want to go about 220, 5 hybrid is what I'm being told by my spreadsheet. I did a bag mapping and I haven't memorized it yet. Let's just see where we go here. Should be just fine. Guys, I don't really like hybrids or fairway woods. I use them because I have to. I wish I could use the entire set of beryllium coppers here, lob wedge through 1 iron. But the 1 iron and the 2 iron are just too hard to hit. They're not gonna make you any money. And again, it's better to be over in this bunker, especially for someone of my handicap, than it is to be in the water. So let's just aim to be over there somewhere in that general vicinity, which looks to be a 6 iron. And hopefully we don't slap the hell out of this and send it over to the left into the water. That would be, it is what it is, honestly. All right, it's going exactly where we aimed, which is not wet and not out of bounds, so I don't really care. .34, this green is not going to hold a golf ball, so don't hit to the pin. Oh shit, I think I did that on the last round. Got caught in that high grass. But you can see this green doesn't want to hold a golf ball. It will if you're coming from the fairway, but it doesn't want to hold it here. Will it stay? It might. Are we just riding the bogey train? Yeah, guys, that's 3 bogeys and 3 holes. It's fine. Not a professional golfer. We got DYTTE64832 in the chat. If you want to tell me how to phonetically pronounce that, I'd be glad to. My on-course handicap is 14. 13, it dips into the 13s and goes into the 14s. If you have any questions, let me know. I've been golfing for, I don't know, 1 3/4 years, seriously. Longer than that, not seriously. So I think that's a pretty good handicap. It's been dropping rapidly, but it's kind of hit a plateau, I guess you could say. And guys, the struggle continues with hitting to the left. We hit an occasional slice now, but mostly to the left. And it looks like my spreadsheet's covering half of my shit here, which pisses me off. Let's move that up here. There we go. Will you phonetically tell me how to pronounce your username so I don't keep screwing it up? I hate messing up people's names. I feel like that's the #1 way to make somebody feel like you don't care about them. Unless you would like me to continue to mispronounce your name, but I would prefer not to. I think we got a 5-wood in our hands. Let's just advance down the fairway. We're probably going to hit a tree, but that's all right. Okay, you heard it hit a tree. Right now you just use raw power to get through, but they have left no stone unturned with colliders, so if you hit a tree or a bush, you're going to pay for it. Luckily, this is a par 5. This thing just doesn't want to stay up here. Let's go ahead and move this back. What do I do here? There we go, yes. Maybe that thing will quit tipping over. Tippanogus. All right, what were we doing? Guys, we got shitty pin placements. You're not gonna get anything here for free. And I have never played a course this prominent before, but I can tell you it's starting to get spring here in Utah. And when you hit a ball that high in the air on your approach shot to the green, it hits and stops. Again, I don't know how the greens here in Utah compare to greens on a course this nice, but it doesn't feel realistic at all. Okay, to clear the bunkers, we got a carry 265. I would say there's some pretty good chance of that not happening. So let's just put one down there with the big dog. And if I was a betting man, based on what I've been seeing lately, the ball's gonna go to the left for some reason. That some reason being that the ball's not hitting the club face. I mean, I'm not, right? It's not a complete mystery. All right, we got tree trouble here. We got to figure out how we can reduce it to the greatest extent possible. Maybe we hit to the left of this tall tree. Pitching wedge should be short unless I just hit the piss right out of it. Which I might have done. Yep, just fucking knocked the piss right out of that ball. It should have stopped. Shouldn't have gone that far to begin with, but we're just buying bogeys here in bulk. Like when your local record store closed and everything was pretty cheap. That's what we're doing right now, but with bogeys. These shelves are lined with bogeys instead of old CDs and albums and cassette tapes. Instead, they're lined with bogeys. 6 feet, 6.5 feet. Par. Foof, what's up? Phil and Lex were doing shots for bogeys. They just finished up. Who the hell are Phil and Lex, dude? Was that another live stream? Foof says vinyl's booming again. He is correct. You got these little kids buying vinyl for some reason, and I don't understand it, and I don't think it is for me to understand. Let's just jack a ball out into this general area. I'd rather be in a bunker than I would be wet. But where is this pin? GS Pro is such fucking garbage, dude. Show me the entire hole. When I expand the map, show me the entire hole. This is not rocket science, dude. It's not even close. It's like the opposite of rocket science. So let's get, guys, I'm not gonna be able to hit driver far enough. And if I hit a hook or a draw, we're gonna be in the water. So I'm just gonna hit over like right here. And we'll just eat this hole apart one bite at a time because I don't really want to be in the water. I've spent too much time in this pond here. Trust me on that. Okay, so Phil and Lex are from McGolfin TV. They're live streaming. They have a Starlink on a golf cart and stream outdoors on the course. They're down in Florida, not sure if... No, I don't think you've brought them up before, dude, but you know me. I got the attention span of a goldfish. Okay, that's just the shot we wanted. It should be dry. Sometimes I hit straight shots, sometimes I don't. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. So we got a long ways to go to the pin here. I feel like I've played this course a lot. Like it was in a Tiger Woods game or something. It's hard to say. I want to be about 100 yards in. So let's hit a little 170-yard shot over here. Okay, we'll just pick this hole apart one shot at a time. I don't want to be in the water and I don't want to be OB. Foof says Phil had 9 or 10 shots that got completely shit-faced by the end. Yeah, dude, I used to be able to do 9 or 10 shots. That would just wreck my, like, the next week for me. I'll have to check them out, dude. Either they're young and they can handle a hangover, or they're my age and whoever had 9 or 10 shots is going to be not in a fucking good way tomorrow. Hopefully they ate a greasy meal before they started drinking, because that's a good way to hate yourself the next morning. 15, 16 footer here for birdie. Guys, we're getting very lucky here. I think this may be the calm before the storm. Okay, Foof says they're not young. Phil was eating raw radishes like they were apples. So it's got pretty good entertainment value is what you're telling me. Okay, guys, if we are in front of the hole, we have a much greater chance of being in a bunker than we do if we're coming back down from the back of the hole. So let's hit a 7-iron and see what happens. I can already feel my stomach grumbling. I need some dinner. I've still got, what, a round and a half to go here. All right, we slapped one left. We'll be fine. We might be fine. I don't know what we're doing. We're in the grass. Foof says they're good dudes. I'll have to check them out. I got such a backlog of stuff. I'm slowly working my way through PVC's channel. His stuff's pretty funny. Screens are not receptive at all. So even though we had a couple of good shots, we're going to be taking at least a double bogey here, or excuse me, a single bogey. Or we're just going to keep on putting like we're fucking Tiger Woods. Well, not fucking him, but you know what I mean. Don't make it weird. I'm waiting to see if anybody pops into my chat begging for subscriptions, and I thought it was quite funny, not to be a dick. But, yeah, I think if I say any more, I'm going to just be considered a dick. 251. Lee Trevino putts before he thinks. Dude, I do almost everything on the golf course before I think. That's actually not true. I try to play very strategically, but what happens when the ball comes off the club face often doesn't go as planned. For instance, I didn't plan to be in this bunker, which I won't be, but if I was, I would have to completely change the way I played the hole. So we hit 200 yards with a 3-wood, which is, that's pretty short. So we must have, yeah, we fucking dug a hole in the ground with that club. Let's just shoot for the fat part of the green here. This is a distance where things could go wrong pretty quickly. We need to carry that distance though. We don't want to roll out, we need to carry it. Okay, that might be wet. Yeah, that's wet. We'll see where it gives us our drop. We got a good drop. They'll actually give you some pretty good drops on this course. I don't know why, but it keeps on letting you drop kind of where the rule book doesn't say you should be able to, but I'll still take it. Okay, you want to be a lot closer to the hole on that one than we are, especially since we're already eating a stroke for the penalty. But we will do the best we can here. 20 feet. Okay, I was going to say if that one went in, there'd be some fucking witchcraft going on here. Hey, back patio golfer. Thank you for coming in, my friend. Foof says that he feels this course would be appropriate to drink a John Daly at. I have no idea what you're talking about, dude. I know who John Daly is, but I don't know what a John Daly is. I've heard of an Arnold Palmer. Foof blows my mind every time I live stream. I have no idea what he's talking about half the time. My public education failed me. All right, so finally we got just a gentle little draw instead of fucking duck hooking the ball into the bush. Okay, John Daly is an Arnold Palmer with added vodka. Now I know that. I can be even better when I get invited to a trivia contest. 140. What do we got to carry here? If we carry about 130 and get a little bit of rollout. We should be somewhere near the pin. Let's hit an 8-iron. I had a round of golf scheduled today. If you guys watched my edited video from earlier, I had a round of golf scheduled at a really nice golf course, but they didn't open today. I guess they got more snow than we did here, so they didn't even open today. Bounce left. That's kind of... Granted, we were hitting into an uphill slope. That's kind of more what I think my ball would do. It hit and it carried. It didn't carry much further after it hit. Looks like we carried about 5 or 6 yards. Excuse me, we rolled out about 5 or 6 yards. That's more what I would expect. I don't know why I hit the ball that far. You guys, if you're having a mental brain farts like that, you're going to continue adding strokes to your scorecard. And putting is already difficult enough. So we could have had an easy birdie there, and instead we took a fucking par, but is what it is. Back patio says John Daly would be barefoot smoking a cigarette and drinking a beer. Yeah, dude, I've said it before on the channel here. That dude is living his best life. I don't think there's a whole lot of denying that. So this hole, if you're a long hitter, it looks like you cut this and you hit over some houses and stuff, which is pretty crazy. The problem here is I just don't feel like that's the way the hole was designed to be played. I think it was designed to be played over here because you see the safe landing area is just absolutely covered in bunkers. I think that's more where they expected you to play. But of course that's going to get used and abused, and I'm sure the pros are hitting this way over the houses if I was a betting man. John Daly sober means buzzed, according to Foof. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen anything from him on social media where he wasn't enjoying caffeine, nicotine, or alcohol. Foof says there's a break in the tree line. I wasn't about to find out, dude. You've seen me golf enough on this channel. Now, if the driver was on fire, sure, but it's not. It rarely is. So we need to roll out to about 135 yards. I don't have that club in my bag, but we'll try an 8-iron. Bounce left. Guys, you can't really ask for much more than that. We're pin high-ish. We were just a little bit too far to the right. So let's hit some half-baked putt here. 17 feet, 16 feet. There's no way that putt could have gone in because it wasn't struck hard enough. I can't imagine, assuming that the public is allowed to play on this course, I can't imagine that this pond is not full of golf balls. Like when they dredge it or drain it, there's going to be lots of gallon Ziploc bags full of used Pro V1s, I would think. But No, I think there would be some nice golf balls because your better golfers are going to hit into here where your slicing maniacs are going to hit OB, right? If I had to guess. Flying Fat Kid said something in one of my live streams once about how you find the better golf balls on the left and the fucking Kirkland signatures and shit on the right, because based on the golfer's skill level. But we need to make sure we don't hit this toey. Okay, guys, I did that, it's not quite that bad, but I did that kind of on purpose so that we didn't go in the water. I didn't want to get that heely, but that was pretty heely. And then this is a par 4. We gotta get 206. I'm just gonna try to hit over into this sand trap. I don't have the accuracy at that distance to really do much else. But we'd like to carry about 200. Let's hit the 3-iron. Foof says the worst place to have your house is on the right side of a tee box. I agree. And there's some stuff around here where there's houses on the right side of the tee box, and you can tell the stucco's been hit. And hold on. You can tell the stucco's been hit and there's holes in their solar panels and shit. And I feel bad for them because... Well, do you feel bad for somebody who lives on a golf course? I guess is the first question. 35 out of a green side bunker. It's tough to say what kind of power we're going to lose out of this bunker because sometimes it's a lot and sometimes it's not very much at all. That was a good shot, first of all, but it could have gone either way. It didn't take very much speed or spin from us. If you look at the carry in the software, it was 32. The carry in the lab software was 46. So we know that we're not losing 50% out of greenside bunkers unless they truly need to be like greenside bunkers. 7-footer down 1. Foof says you need to build a net fort over your house. I see a lot of people, especially on the nicer courses here, that do have a net around their house. And then you wait for people to hit your net. And if they don't find their ball, you go out every so often and you go to the base of the net and find a bunch of free golf balls. 12th hole, 534-yard par 5. That was launched pretty high. I feel bad for this fucking tee. Stay left. Don't go in that bunker. We should be fine, but we got a long way to go. This is like driver off the deck distance. The thing is I can hit my 3-wood off the deck further than I can hit my driver off the deck, assuming I get a hold of it. Foof says the question is, were the house there first or the course? And that is a great question. One that you must ask yourself. All right, that was a very well struck ball. The only real place that it could have gone was in the bunker, because we just hit a 3-wood 250. But GS Pro said, no way, Jose. All right, we need to get on the green. I think we can do that with a wisely struck wedge here, but you can see these greens are just nasty. They're not very receptive. You really can't ask for much more than that. I'm getting very lucky on this round. Of course, I'm not going to catch up to old fucknuts who's 17 under par, but I don't deserve to. I haven't been playing golf long enough. Do I have any TikToks? Did I even start the software to look at them? Guys, sometimes I forget. I forget what I'm doing on my live stream here. I forget where I live. I forget my name. I leave my wallet in strange places. I'm just kidding. I don't do any of that shit. Let's see what we got for how many we've got here. Oh, I must have sat on the toilet for a hot fucking minute here. Okay, we already saw that one. No, some of these are old. Okay, so we got a few. We don't need to be too judicious with them. You guys, this one, I don't even know why I screen captured it. This gal's name, this gal's handle is Rich Saves. She says, for everyone telling me that my debt sounds like a budgeting problem, why are you putting your fucking finances on the internet? Is what I would ask first. Are you actually fucking mentally handicapped? Why would you ever do that? That's worse than saying some shit about drinking a dude's baby gravy on the internet. I would say don't put your financial information on the internet. So this is immediately a red flag to me. I don't know why you would ever in a million fucking years give that information to people. They're already mean enough. Why would you ever do that? So she says people on the internet are telling her that her budgeting, her debt is a budgeting problem. Which should I cut first? Groceries, rent, childcare, gas. They're all pretty necessary. But the reason I screen captured this was to illustrate how stupid it is to tell random people on the internet who are already a bunch of douchebags that you're in debt. I say some personal stuff on this channel sometimes, but I don't think it's a lot of it is anything that anybody could really use against me. I just don't understand why you would do that. Okay, guys, you got this course is making us play it. If we hit too far, we're in the water. If we don't hit far enough, we're in one of these bunkers and we've got a shitty shot over water. So I'd say let's try to get about 250 something yards down the fairway and see if we can not be in a bunker, not be in the rough, and certainly not be in the water. That would be the worst case scenario. So I'm not even going to hit driver because this 3-wood shouldn't get to the water. It's going to be shorter than it should be. Hopefully it's on the fringe or in the fairway. We took a lot of turf there. You guys, that's kind of the shitty thing about the simulator is I've got a preferred SIGPRO preferred mat, but it still will never act like real turf would out on the golf course. So what happens is on the shot you see in the replay there, we're kind of scooting through the turf. And that's what slowed the club down and took a bunch of distance from us. But in real life, your club bounces off the turf and then you thin the ball, right? because your club bounces up and gets airborne, and then you thin the shit out of the ball. So it's really easy to get a false sense of security here in the simulator and think you're way better at striking your fairway woods and your hybrids than you really are, which is why you need to play outside as much as you can. This is just a fucking stopgap. The guys who play exclusively in the simulator, maybe they're good at golf in real life, maybe they're not. That's not my call to make. But what I do know is you start to get a huge sense of false security. False sense of security? Anyway, I'm rambling on. If I push this over to the right, we're going to be in the water. So I'm just going to try to get over as close as I can. Okay, that's going way more left than I aimed, maybe in the bunker. Yep. Slap the shit out of it. You guys, I think when you've become a truly great golfer, which nobody on this, I'm not going to become one. There's probably people in the chat watching this, if they've got nothing better to do on a Saturday night, are probably not going to become great golfers, right? Sam Snead, Hogan, Tiger, those guys. But what happens is your mind, you think you know what kind of a shot you're hitting, and then your mind hits a different shot. In my mind, I was telling myself I don't want to be in the water, so I aimed a little bit to the left, and then my mind hit the shot that it wanted to hit, which was left, which means if I'd have left the pointer on the pin, I'd have been just fine, because then the extra adjustment my mind made to not go in the water would have put me on the green instead of in the bunker. So golf's kind of crazy. You've got to master the physical part of it and the stuff between your ears. Foof says every bunker comes equipped with a tractor beam. What's sad is he's not too far from the truth when it comes to GS Pro. GS Pro's physics are not great. They suffice, but they're not great. I'm not saying that there's some fucking unspoken dark matter that's pulling you into the bunker, but I do feel like because the physics are bad, if you bounce anywhere near a bunker, it tends to head toward the bunker. Now, do I have some delusion because I've only seen shots where I was hitting into a cup-shaped bunker or a bowl-shaped bunker? That might absolutely be true. I don't know. But I have noticed from hundreds, if not thousands of rounds in the simulator that the bunkers are much easier to hit into than they should be, especially if you bounce somewhere near them. Oh, come on, draw. That's not even going to be on the green. That was a decent shot, though. You'd be happy with that in real life, I think. All right, we need to talk less and golf more. It's Saturday and people have better shit to do. That was pretty thin, but ended up working out. Fifteenth hole at Bay Hill, 392, par 4. I think we can safely carry about 250. Hopefully we can hit through these trees. If not, you guys are going to see some shitty shit happen. But none of this neighborhood is OB. I could quite literally, from what I can see, I could hit into that cul-de-sac and it wouldn't penalize me, which is pretty crazy. I do see some white squares, though, which I think might indicate OB. But those white squares might also be these guys' patios or something. I can't quite tell. I'm sure we're going to hit a tree, but here we go anyway. We didn't hit a tree, and we might actually be in the cul-de-sac. Bounce off the house. God, that was fucking amazing. We do got to contend with some trees, though. I'm thinking my ball deflects off this tree and falls into the bunker. And if you hit a punch shot here, you're probably going to end up in the other bunker. So the question is here, what do you do? I think you check the colliders on the tree, which is super cheaty, and you could only do that in this video game. And we can see that the colliders don't start. The colliders don't even start until... I think you can get through these leaves is what I'm trying to say, but I sound like a bumbling asshole. Or it knocks it down and it goes in the bunker. I do not know. That's what you get for hitting a shitty tee shot. Well, we didn't even do it anyway. We didn't even give it a chance to knock the ball down, which is kind of good, but it was also a mishit. You can see we came a little bit over the top with a closed club face. We're putting for birdie, which is all that matters. We should be able to walk away with a par. I'm honestly surprised to be doing this well. 30 feet here, 31 feet. Are we putting again? No, we got lucky. That almost went in the hole, guys. That would have been another birdie, which would have been super dope. This course is a good mix of, you got to think through your shots and not hit stupid shots. 455 yard par 5. You got OB on the left. So it looks like the squares were part of the house, as the little white squares. But we got OB on the left and nasty shit on the right. Let's just get somewhere up in this first part of the fairway and try to not put a ball OB or put a ball in the sand. And I think we should be okay. That's headed way left. We might be okay. I don't see any white stakes. Okay, we're good. That was a decent shot. You can see we got 234 to the pin, but that's an absolute fool's errand. What we're gonna do is get to the end of this fairway. I want to leave myself a full swing club into the green. So I really only need to hit about 140 yards. Is it stupid to not go full ham on every hole? That's not for me to answer, but I know it does start adding to your scorecard. So I'm going to leave myself a comfortable shot into the green rather than try to do something stupid and go over the water and get there in 2. That was toey. I was so close to the ball too. It's crazy that you could even be toey. 125. So instead of leaving ourselves a pitching wedge, we left ourselves a 9-iron. I wouldn't say that that's a crime against humanity. Let's just get on the green. Guillotige, if you will. That's a good putt, dude. That almost went in. OBS Studio's telling me that it did something. I don't know if you guys just had a hiccup. Nothing I can do about it now, but good shot. I want to be right right in this area here. I want my ball to go 160. Well struck 7-iron, I think might get us there. Okay, Foof says we did get a hiccup. I haven't seen OBS do that very many times. I'm sure it's trying to get some money from me or something. That might be in the bunker. That was a poorly struck ball. They feel so good, but then you see the ball flight start and you know that they're not good anymore. Let's just get out of here. That's what those bunkers are for, gentlemen. They're to test our metal. They're to test our metal. Can we sink this putt for par, or are we going to go up to 4 over? That is the question. It's probably too long to expect a putt, or excuse me, to make, but let's just at least get over there. So close, guys. So close. Yet so far away. Hole 18 is also forcing you to play it, and play it we will. We need to go about 240, 250, and it'd be real nice if we didn't go out of bounds. Let's hit a 7 wood. Let's hit a 5 wood. Okay, she's definitely leaking to the right, meaning the shot we take over this water is going to be out of the rough, which I don't like. So what we'll do is we will sacrifice a stroke to just get over here in this area, this 165 area, and then we'll see if we can get the ball good on the pin, but I can't be taking unnecessary strokes. Alpine Trader is in the chat. It's good to see you, buddy. I haven't seen you in quite a while. He says, just got back from the course in real life, 50 and cloudy, but glad things are opening up northeast. Yeah, I can do 50 and cloudy as long as there's not too much wind. And Alpine says, crazy how different the chunky shots look on the actual course versus in the sim. Yeah, man, I was just talking about how you get a false sense of security in the sim, so you're helping me, you're helping my argument here. And then Book Bear and 2 says tractor beam. Now that's funny right there. Welcome to the chat, you guys. Just finishing up 18 here. Well, I'm not finishing it up. I probably have a few more shots, but rather than go in the water, I'm gonna just peck away at this hole and try to make some smart moves. And then hopefully the shot into the green is near the pin and we don't take a double bogey. We'd have to be pretty accurate here, 70 yards. I don't have a 70-yard club, but I'll do what I can to get the ball near the pin. That was struck pretty hard. So apparently, okay, you guys, we had a chance at a par, but now we're looking at more of a bogey. It's fine. Maybe that'll go in the cup and save us. Come on, you piece of shit. God damn it. All right, that was close. 77 on the first round. Let's look at the stats screen. Stats aren't too bad, honestly, for how good I am not at golf. So let's go and play round 2, and then I'm gonna go cook some dinner so Mama and I can eat. What did we just play? SGT. Okay, let's see how the settings changed. The settings didn't change too much. Instead of no wind, we have calm wind. And I'm not sure what pins we were playing on the last round. Alpine says he can't find a good coach anymore. He tried 3 guys and they were all kind of useless for him. Dude, I absolutely understand what you're saying. Finding a good golf coach is easy if you're just starting out and you don't even know how to swing a club. But as you become more skilled and your handicap starts to drop, it's easy to find a coach that wants to reinvent your swing. And it's tough because I don't want my swing to be reinvented. It's not perfect, but no 2 swings in the history of golf have ever been alike. So it's kind of like, I don't want to reinvent my swing. I don't want to reinvent how I putt, chip, etc. So it is hard, brother. That's more what I'm liking. I'm getting tired of hitting to the left. I'll take those little leaky fucking fades all day long. I'm sick of hitting to the left. Alpine says he hopes to find a coach this spring, but he definitely needs help. Yeah, dude, good luck. My current swing coach is a pretty dope dude. He knows his shit. But sometimes we don't see eye to eye, and I hope he doesn't watch this fucking video. Sometimes we don't see eye to eye on what he's trying to get me to do. And sometimes the sessions suffer because of that. I'm still with him, like I'm not looking to change my coach, but sometimes the stuff he wants me to do, I just have to straight up say, like, dude, I'm not doing that. I don't want to reinvent this or reinvent that. So yeah, it's tough, brother. I definitely feel for you. And my manager was getting golf lessons at like Golf Tech, where they try to put you through like cattle. He said they have half-an-hour-long lessons, which is absurd. I have hour-long lessons with my coach. And I look down at my watch and I swear to God we've already been there for 50 minutes and I don't feel like we've done anything. So it's pretty crazy. All right, guys, we're still 36 yards from the pin on the 3rd shot, which is not where you want to be. You typically want to be on the green in 2, but we thicked the shit out of that ball just now. This launch monitor does not care for how shiny this lob wedge is. We're green, we should be fine. And it's going to make me putt, but maybe I can make the putt. Pack Patio says he's got to run. Sorry, I just saw your message. See you, sir. Have a good night. Have a good shift. Book Bear says, I taught golf for 20 years. Most of these guys make stuff up as they go. Do your research. Work on fundamentals. I agree with that statement. I'm gonna withhold my what I want to say because it's just not prudent to the conversation. But yes, do your own research. Alpine says in an hour you're just warming up to the changes. Yes. Which kind of brings me to my next point. if you're a normal golfer that might get out to the golf course a few times in a month, I'm not a normal golfer. I can hit 1,000 or 1,500 balls a week in here. But if your coach wants to see you every week and you're a normal golfer who may go hit a bucket every now and again, I don't know how you would even have anything to talk about after a week, because you wouldn't have had time to implement the changes that your instructor, that your coach taught you. So it's tough. I think if you're only able to get out every so often, you shouldn't be doing a lesson every week. I think you're just kind of padding your coach's pockets at that point. But I can go every week because I hit so many balls in here and I play golf outdoors so often that I've had time to implement what he's taught me. Is that going to not be a shitty, terrible shot on this hole for once? Nope, it's shitty and terrible. So close. So we flew. We carried 170. Yeah, we didn't carry far enough. You guys, that's why I don't get paid to play golf. Because of mistakes like this. I should have taken another club. And then you expect those fuckers to release and they don't. And now I'm taking probably a bogey on here unless I can drain a fucking 18-foot putt, which is statistically not happening. So there's you another bogey. All right, here's another body of water that I would imagine has a lot of golf balls in it. We're just going to aim over here. I'm not taking a hero shot. It's crazy to me that professional golfers try to cut this thing in half, and some of them are able to. Like I think Bryson, unless you're playing from the back tees, I think Bryson would have a heyday here. But I am not Bryson DeChambeau. I can't even spell Bryson DeChambeau. So I'm just going to hit a normal shot like a normal asshole. I shouldn't be hitting driver because if I hit off the toe again, it's going right in the water. So we'll just make sure that we're a little heely. Should be fine. That was a pretty well struck ball, a little bit of a fade. Okay, we're just fine. I do see a new burn mark on my fucking screen though, right here. That sucks. Boogbear says Tom Kite was not blessed physically, yet he and Ben Crenshaw won majors. And then he says, be simple and have a great short game. I could not agree more. You guys, from when I started golfing a year and a half or two ago, my drives have gotten longer. Quite a lot longer actually, mostly outside. It doesn't really show in the simulator too much. But when you really start seeing your score drop and your handicap drop is when you're able to get on greens in regulation and you're able to two-putt out. Green in regulation, two-putt out. Green in regulation, two-putt out. Very boring golf. So that's true. Foof says, I'm assuming he's talking about Bryson almost drove the green on this hole. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. But something that I don't like about this generation of golfers is the bomb and gouge shit that they do. Like Bryson doesn't care if he's hitting out of the rough, especially during the Open. He was in the rough a lot. Now he was able to get out and score, but I don't really care for the whole bomb and gouge thing. But it would really depend on how bad the rough was, cut. I like watching those older golfers play, especially if you see like a colorized version of like a Ben Hogan playing or something. I really enjoy watching those matches. I'm not saying those guys never were in the rough. That wasn't a good shot. But they were a little more careful with their shots and a little more articulate with their shots. It wasn't just like hit driver as far as you can and then figure out how to get out of the rough. They were just more like smooth criminals, you know what I'm saying? Never up, never in, gentlemen. But I'll take these pars. 17 pars, 17 bogeys and a par, you break 90. Fourth hole at Bay Hill. I don't really have a choice but to bomb and gouge here because the fairway is not what I would call very wide. But let's see if we can get something going. God damn, I'm hungry. There you go. There's that leaky fucking power fade. Let's hope that that's not what I think it is. Yeah, guys, we got some work to do now. That was too much, too leaky. Every once in a while, you got to check these cheap golf balls to see if you cracked them. What do we got here? This is going to be another bomb and gouge here, but we are so screwed out of this lie. You're going to see this ball want to go very, very far to the left. So just grab a club, have some fun. Don't get too bent out of shape about where the ball goes because this lie is so bad. That's going to work out just fine. It's a par 5. You said Bryson almost drove a 555-yard par 5? 6th hole? Now, I knew Bryson could hit a long ways, but he's not hitting 550 yards in tournament play, is he? I don't think anybody can hit that far. I'm guessing I am misreading what Foof's got in the chat, as usual, because I'm an asshole. Let's get this ball on the green. None of these greens are especially receptive. You better make good and goddamn sure that you're center mass. Sit. Is it going to ask us to putt or chip? Oh, okay. Foof's saying the actual distance to cover the lake's 347. Dude, I knew I was misunderstanding you. That's my bad, dude. I was like, I knew Bryson was a fucking beast, but Jesus, that's a long way to hit a ball. Little more mustard. Still got out of there with a par. We're doing surprisingly well for this being SGT. I think the first time I ever saw Bryson DeChambeau hit a golf ball, he was going over He was going over some body of water that most golfers go around. And I was like, dude, that dude can hit a long way. Dude, we hit the same shot last time we played the hole. We were quite literally behind this same fucking tree last round. Like a bunch of rookies. Rookies, rookie, rookie, rookie. All right. 196 mile an hour ball speed. That is, you guys, that's batshit crazy. I think Flying Fat Kid can get into the 180s. Highest I ever hit in here was 172. You can't complain about that shot. I can complain about how terrible the fucking physics are in this game though. 7,600 RPM a backspin. That would not have rolled too far forward. Unless the greens are that hard. That's going to be a never up, never in, but pars are fine. That's fucking insane to be hitting 196 mile an hour ball speed in tournament play. That that's called I have a strict gym regimen, I have a strict stretching regimen, and I hit golf balls fucking 16 hours a day. That's what those guys do, you guys. They work. That's exactly the shot we were looking for with the 5 hybrid. We'll be just fine. Fun fact, you guys, I go to the golf course with about 15 or 16 clubs in my bag. We've discussed this before. Let's hit a little 180, 190 shot. We can't get too cute here, guys. If I duff this shot over the water with the 4-iron, it is going in the water. So let's make sure we don't do that. Most dangerous thing I can do here is toe the ball. All right. That actually felt a little heely, if anything. I might have to look that up. Because this is the hole you're talking about, right? Number 6. He ended up hitting the fairway in front of the green and rolling into that first bunker on the right. As long as he was able to get up and down, that's absolutely amazing. And I've watched him play a lot more than I have recently, so. That was fat. We're probably going to be short. Bounce up there. Bounce up there. Guys, that's a bad way to follow up 2 nice shots. So this is our 4th shot. GS Pro scares me because if you putt from the fairway, you can hit a collider between the fairway and the green. I don't love it, but I'm going to try it anyway. So we need to hit 50, 60 feet plus whatever the fairway takes from us, which shouldn't be much. We may have been better off chipping there. Alpine's saying Bryson's not having a good week, neither's Scotty. Yeah, you can't win every week unless you're Tiger Woods, right? Okay, despite that terrible approach shot, we were able to squeak out of there with a par. I want my ball to roll up to the pin. That's what I want, but I don't possess those skills. So if the pin's 162, I don't really have that club in my bag, and we're hitting into a wind, so I'll try my 6-iron. Remember, these are old clubs, guys. They're not loft jacked. Your 6-iron probably goes quite a bit further than that. But that's a whole nother argument. Is these people on the fucking internet saying how far you should hit a particular club, which is false information. Oh, that was slappy. That felt so fucking good too. Get out of there. If I'm playing a modern set of irons, my 6-iron's gonna go a club or two further than these old 1980s, 1990s clubs that I play. These Ping I2s. So you see these TikToks and these Instagram posts like, how far should I hit my 7-iron? Well, it fucking depends on what loft your 7-iron is. You know what I'm saying? I really wish we would switch to a system where you just said the loft of the club instead of the number on the club, because the number on the club doesn't fucking mean anything. Okay, Foof, I'll have a look at that. I'll have a look at that. I could have a look at that now. We're kind of ahead of schedule here. Bryson DeChambeau's ridiculous drives. I'm guessing that's the name of the video. I still have this page up from when we looked up the living color band. So Bryson's ridiculous drives. Assuming that's the name of the video. Yeah, I found it.
We've got perhaps more fireworks brewing at the par 5 6th.
With the front right pin, but he does with the back left pin.
He could have gone directly at the green yesterday and made it. He went to the right.
Cell phones up. Here we go.
And that's where it's headed. And it makes it easily. And now he has a wonderful angle to play a second shot to this hole.
Cell phones up. Here we go.
And that's where it's headed. And it makes it easily.
That is so badass, dude.
And now he has...
Am I losing my shit, or is this cat playing a steel shaft on his driver? That can't be a steel shaft.
Angle to to play a second shot to this hole.
Okay, it's not. I thought I was losing my fucking mind for a second. That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. Foof said, a wise man once said, if a man never made mistakes, he'd take over the world in a month. I mean, maybe might not even take that long. Especially if you're in the movie Idiocracy. All right, guys, back to the action here. It's not going to be as good as what Bryson just did, but let's hit a golf ball. We haven't looked at many TikToks either. Oh, fuck. Sit down. That was a well-struck ball. Just, it must have been super over the top or something. Yeah, it was Healy. 165 to the pin over water. This is obviously a highly risky shot. I don't see any colliders on this tree. So I think if we go to the right here, I wish I could hit a draw. That would be fucking awesome. That would just be awesome if I could hit a draw. It's gonna draw a little bit naturally because of the lie, but let's see if we can get this over here out of the rough. Or maybe we hit the water and go in the drink, but I am nowhere near the top of the leaderboard here. Nowhere near it. Okay, it was not a good shot, and we are wet. You guys, I thought for a second that was gonna fly. That's what happens when you take stupid shots, guys. I mean, really, that's something that could have happened. But we had 150 carry in GS Pro and 165 carry in the launch monitor software. We were out of the rough and we were fighting. Obviously, we're gonna be at a different altitude here. It doesn't matter. Let's see what we can do to increase our chances of not fucking this up again. We'll drop right there. But it was almost a good shot. Considering how well we've been playing, I'm not really too pissed off or torn up about it. But that was something that could happen. We knew that that was a plausible outcome, right? It's breaking a little right to left, downhill. We don't need to hit the ball very hard. Probably a little harder than that, though. Okay, what'd we get there? All right, I think that might be our first double. See if I have any worth of shit TikToks here in a second. You can see that is a very high fade. And we are bombing and gouging here. Except not the same way the pros do. That only went 245. All right, 170 out of the rough ski. Let's also aim more for the center of the green. 5 iron. No, don't fade. We're already aimed to the right. Son of a bitch. That was too much club. But we're on the green, right? We are putting for birdie, but it's incredibly long. I'd say 65 feet will get us there. That's actually not even going to get near the circle. So valiant effort. We did the best we could, but we're not anywhere even near the hole. 10-footer, we'll call it. Oh, that thing broke really hard right in front of the hole. Love to see that. So a double followed by a bogey. It really is irrelevant, you guys. I'm like a 14 handicap IRL, so it doesn't matter. Here's hole number 10 again. I can't hit that far. We can try it. Let's check out a TikTok or two here real quick. Don't remember what I had to say about this dude. He's Canadian, clearly. There's about fucking 5 Canadian flag emojis here, or whatever they're called. Boots over suits. He doesn't like white collar. He's a blue collar guy. He's got those weird glasses with the see-through frames. Like them, love them, or hate them. Neck tattoos. He's got a little anchor there tattooed on his cheek. I wouldn't say that was the wisest move one could make, but we're not here to judge. Just kidding, we're here to judge. He says realizing $40 an hour is the equivalent to earning 4 blocks of cheese for the hard work you're doing. I don't know why you would equate it to cheese, because I think one $10 block of cheese would probably last you quite a while. It's not like you have to buy 4 blocks of cheese every hour for every shift you work. But that's a strange kind of way to look at that, I guess. This is Queen KM473, whatever. Are men consciously staying single into their 40s so they can marry young and naive girls in their early and mid-20s? Nurse or purse? Is she the nurse and the guy the purse, or is she both? Just asking for a friend. Very poorly worded TikTok here. I think fucking brand new newborn GPT could have written this better than this woman did. Every word is capitalized. The first letter of every word is capitalized. It's just fucking terrible. But if we look deeper into this, she's asking if men are consciously staying single into their 40s so they can marry young and naive girls in their early 20s. No, we're not that smart. It's kind of crazy that you would think that we were that smart or had that kind of foresight. We just kind of want to put our wieners in things, okay? Notice I didn't say women specifically, I said things. We're not this smart, lady. We're not this smart. If you think we are, you're out of your fucking mind, okay? Also, I would like to point out that if you are a man in your 40s and you desire to marry a woman in her 20s, you have every right to do this. If it's a consensual relationship and she says yes when you ask her to marry you, if that's even still a thing, I don't see the fucking problem with it. She wants an older guy with some money and stability. He wants a younger gal that he can have a poke at because he's sick of cougars, or he's sick of these fucking moms with 6 kids from 5 different dads. I mean, who really cares at the end of the day? If it is a legal marriage and both parties are getting what they want, I don't see the problem. Who cares if he's consciously staying single? I sure as fuck don't. All right, guys, let's try probably what's not the smartest shot of the day here. Hopefully we can get some loft, but I'm guessing we're going to hit right into this tree and experience nothing good. No, it worked, but the ball's going a completely different direction than I intended. And we're going to be hitting our next shot out of a bunker. If you guys are on a tight course with some OB or some lateral hazard on the right and left of the fairway, that's a really terrible shot. Let's get onto the center of this green, preferably up. Maybe we hit our 144 carry club, which appears to be our 7-iron. So we're going to take a 6-iron because I can't remember the penalty out of the bunkers here. Okay, that's going to be pin high. That's a really good shot out of the bunker. I would be lying if I said I made shots that good out of the bunker in real life. I'd be lying through my teeth, in fact. 40 feet to the pin. Maybe we try to hit a little, I don't know, 37 footer or something. That is dead. Guys, I feel like we're playing on fucking greens that haven't been mowed in 2 weeks or something. Like, my ball is dying so fast. They're 11 stimp, normal greens. I don't know. Maybe I just need to eat. I need to eat, you guys. I'm hungry. Daddy's hungry. Oh, that rolled right over the edge of the goddamn hole. There's another bogey. So we're up to 5 over after 10. We're already scoring worse than we were in the last round. This is annoying to me. It's crazy somebody's 18 under after 2 rounds, dude. I hope to get to that level of golf someday. I don't know if that person's good in real life or not, but I would assume if you're striking the ball that well in the simulator, you're probably a pretty good ball striker outside too. Good shot. Good shot. Foof says most people don't know about government cheese. I have heard the term. Because I know there's it used to be called the WIC program. But I don't know, I don't actually know what the term government cheese means. I know what government cheese is, but I don't know how you obtain said cheese. Because now, after all this talk, I want some nachos with a bunch of sharp cheddar cheese sprinkled over it, like Napoleon Dynamite style. You guys are making me hungry. So if I slap the shit out of this ball, it's going in the water. Let's try to make sure the shot's nice and smooth, and we don't do that. All right, we're actually heading right. Pin high again, lovely shot. Let's see if we can putt out of here for par. If you earn $40 an hour, I'm not saying you're wealthy, but you're doing okay. Would you rather be making 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 bucks an hour? Sure. I'm not denying that fact. We need to hit about 29 feet here of feel. Let's double check that. Yep. Simmer, simmer, simmer. It's not simmering. You'd get government cheese as a part of TFAP. I am not tracking that acronym. 5-footer. But if I'm not mistaken, it's literally just a big old block of fucking, like, unmarked cheese almost, if I'm not mistaken. I'd honestly be surprised if my family when I was a kid wasn't receiving some sort of government assistance, but I can't remember. I know we had reduced cost school lunch and shit, if I recall correctly. And I know that whenever I went to any of my buddies' houses, their houses were way nicer than mine was. I will say that. Why do I feel like we're going in the fucking bunker? 'Cause we are. Come on, dude. God damn it. Great shot. Bad result. Bad end result. Let's fucking hit a 3-wood out of here. I assume it's sitting up, but I have no way of knowing. Why are you going left? Oh, cart path, followed by a cart path, followed by, I wish we hadn't rolled that long on the cart path. But if we can get up and down, we'll be fucking golden here, guys. This is a par 5. Maybe we can get one of those strokes back. Emergency Food Assistance Program from the USDA. They would come in plain brown cardboard block boxes, marked pasteurized processed cheese food. That's right, they were in, so I don't think we were ever receiving that assistance as I was a kid, because I don't remember that. But I know we didn't grow up with a ton of money. That's in the bunker. Motherfucker. Too much turf, dude. Look how much turf I took. That ball didn't even hit the face of the club until it was over halfway up. That would have been so thick in real life. Thicker than your old high school girlfriend, buddy. All right, there's that shiny club face biting us in the ass again. Can we go green this time? Oh, God. Oh! Come on, dude. Fuck. Foof, the fact that you remember exactly what the cardboard box says is impressive. Have you ever thought of becoming a contestant on Jeopardy? That is crazy. My wife knows a lot of shit about a lot of shit, and I don't think she would know the shit you just regurgitated, dude. I direly want to be on the fairway. I don't want to bomb. I don't want to gouge. I just want to be somewhere near the fairway. Like a normal golfer that would take like a smart shot instead of some dumbass like I got to hit driver off of every tee bullshit, you know? All right, that's going to get us where we want to go, but in real life, I think that club head would have hit the ground so hard I'd have snapped my fucking shaft off. 160 over the water. I think we all know this is not a great idea. Foof says, as of 2022, as a part of the USDA Food Nutrition Service Commodity Supplemental Food Program, eligible seniors over the age of 60 are provided one 32-ounce block of processed cheese food each month. The Missouri Cheese Caves. There's no way you knew that shit out of the blue, dude. Are you cutting and pasting from a news article or something? Because that is fucking uncanny. There's no way you just knew that, dude. You're crazy. You're a fucking crazy person. All right, let's try to not be in the water. Do or do not, there is no try. Yeah, I get it. That was slappy, and it's going toward the long part of the water. Did we get it? No, it bounced. Fuck! Come on, man. Also, where is it you're dropping me? You guys, I'm going to take this drop just so I can point out how shitty this software is. I don't want that drop. I don't want that drop. I'll take this lateral. Now, our ball is somewhere in these rocks, and I don't know if they have colliders or not. So if our ball does some funky ass shit and bounces 45 degrees behind us, we'll know that these rocks have colliders. I would assume they do because we just hit into one. But let's see what happens here. Let's see if I'm going to get angry or just hit an okay shot. Okay, we're fine. That actually worked out. Would you take a drop in that area in real life? Man, hell no you wouldn't. That'd be so dumb. Okay, there we go. 11 feet. All right, we were able to save a normal bogey there. We're 6 over now. It's fine. Everything's going to be fine. Foof says he knew it, but he got the specifics from Wikipedia. Okay. I don't feel as stupid. We've got 160 to the Pinsky here. Let's try to hit like a 155, something that'll stop dead at 155. And we're a little bit uphill, so I feel like if we hit that club, we're going to be too short. But I'm going to hit it anyway. I'll try to choke down maybe a half an inch or something and give ourselves a little bit more. But in reality, I think what's going to happen is, since I'm not gripping it the way I normally would, I'm just going to take a huge divot. No, that actually fucking worked. Believe it or not. Get up. Roll, 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 roll your boat. Go. God, that was a good shot. If I can toot my own horn, I'm usually not that accurate at that yardage. This putt's basically flat left or right. If we get the distance correct, we'll go in the hole. But that assumes the horizontal launch angle is not terrible. Nope, fucked that up pretty good. Did I push that bad? It's saying I pushed that shit 2 degrees. God damn it. I don't feel like I pushed that 2 degrees. All right, let's look at a couple of TikToks here. We're not doing terrible on schedule, but if you guys haven't noticed, these live streams last about 2 hours no matter what. Foof says we can thank Ronald Reagan for the government cheese because they literally had hundreds of millions of pounds of cheese sitting in warehouses from surplus. There's a lot of stuff I thank Ronald Reagan for. The problem is I don't remember a lot of Ronald Reagan being president because when he was in the White House, I was too young to care about what was going on in Washington. So that kind of sucks. Guys, Lord Dermot here, I don't know if I love him or if I hate him. He's just big enough of a chode to maybe steal your girlfriend. If he's into women, I can't tell. He has an obligatory nose hoop and a couple of ear piercings. So his sexual orientation's not what's important, but he's just douchey enough to take your girlfriend. He says he's got like 3 people he wants to drag face first across some concrete. Then he promises he's going to therapy. Lord Dermot, that is literally every single dude on the face of the planet. I can think of way more than 3 people I want to drag face first across the concrete. Let's make it cobblestone. Let's make it something worse. Let's make it broken grass. Glass, not grass. Broken grass wouldn't hurt very bad. Broken glass would probably hurt quite badly. Dude, this is everybody. Most men, some women want to do what you're talking about. I wish you were unique. What does this say? Who is this? Abigail Rebecca Levy. Oh, Jesus Christ. A matriarchy is a society that prioritizes the well-being of children over pleasure of men. That is not the definition of a matriarchy at all. If you look up matriarchy right now, it does not say prioritizes well-being of children over the pleasure of men. And yet somehow that's a radical concept. You guys, this woman is literally spreading fucking misinformation. A matriarchy is the opposite of a patriarchy, where the women are in charge. They're calling the shots. The men are not. A patriarchy is what people say we have now. This is not the definition of a matriarchy. So people are reading this, they're giving her a little fucking thumbs up and they're hearting it and they're subscribing to her stupid fucking channel. But this is not the definition of a matriarchy. Okay? It might be something sort of similar to that, but that is not the dictionary definition of a matriarchy. I love this shit. Really, I do. Got all these people saying, okay, so this says a matriarchy is a social system where women have more power in the community than men. It says nothing about what the fuck that lady just said it was about. And a patriarchy is a system or society of government in which men hold the power and women are largely excluded from it. They're just opposite things. I mean, I guess what this lady's saying could be mildly tied to a matriarchy, but just fucking stop. Just stop everything you're doing. All right, you guys want to try something stupid? I think we played it safe last time. Let's put a ball into orbit here. Hopefully I am able to play 18 holes tomorrow. I'm walking. I think I'm walking. It's a pretty hilly course, but I've played so much sim golf today. Hopefully I can actually play tomorrow and not want to fucking start a shotgun. Why the left? Why the left? I mean, I know why it went left, but why? Why are you doing this to me? Oh no! Get the fuck out of here. 60 yards offline to the left? Was that shot really that bad? Was that shot bad enough at 640 side spin to be 60 yards off to the left? Oh my God, dude. Get the fuck out of here. All right. That's going to hurt our scorecard pretty bad, especially if this is a par 4. It is a fucking par 4. So we're 3 off the tee on a par 4 here, guys. God damn it. That one did it too. All right, we're over it. We're moving right along. It doesn't matter. It's not like we were in contention for the top spot or anything. Let's check colliders here. You guys, we are in a bad way here. We hit OB, and then we had this fucking limp dick tee shot off the tee again. Everything's got colliders. Let's do the best we can and hit some sort of a punch shot under this tree. You guys, this is going to fucking crush the scorecard. We're already 6 over par. We are going to be fucking 8 or 9 over par after this. Oh, no. Oh, okay. At least we're not behind a tree anymore. Let's try to look at the bright side here. Every dark cloud has a silver lining. I don't know what it is in this situation, but I could say the closest thing that we have to it is that we're not behind a fucking tree. You guys, this hole has been the shit nightmares are made of. You expect to hit some clever shot over the houses into the fairway, and instead you hit some fucking nasty duck hook 50 yards offline to the left. Oh, and that was fat. Oh, God, dude, we're going to take like a quadruple bogey here. Motherfuck me. God damn it. All right, let's try to get up. What's Foof saying? Government used to subsidize the dairy industry and buy surplus for decades. I had heard that. And Foof said his grandmother was born in D.C. and she got to shake Eisenhower's hand as a kid when he was president. That is pretty cool. That's something that a lot of people will never have an opportunity to do. And depending on how you feel about the current regime, you may not even want to shake that guy's hand. I will tell you, I lean mostly right. I don't agree with everything the right's saying. But our current commander-in-chief, I don't think he's a very good person. I think he's a lying, cheating fucking thief, honestly. I just don't get good vibes from that man. Oh, it went in. Okay, so we took a triple bogey there. That puts us up damn near 10 over. We've got 3 holes of golf left to play. I think we're going to be just fine because the mortgage is not hinging on my game of golf here. Right? Let's hit the 3-wood. There's that left shit again. Is that going to be OB? Don't go very far. I bet that's OB. Oh, fuck. You guys, I don't know what is going on, but we are fucking jerking everything to the left. 44 yards to the left on that one. Just fucking pandemonium, guys. Let's just aim out over these bunkers and let the chips fall as they may. You can see this round is unraveling quickly, as they often do here on the channel. There we go. That's the fucking shot we wanted to have the first time. But for some reason, the fucker jerked over to the left really hard. Probably because that's the way I swung the golf club, if I had to guess. If I was a betting man. Okay, let's try to minimize the damage the best we can. The only saving grace here is that this is a par 5. Let's aim center mass here of this little peninsula-shaped fucking doohickey. and we know we need to hit about 200 yards. And we are on the fairway, so we might actually hit 200 yards. Three iron in my hand, hitting a long iron over water. I wouldn't say is the smartest idea. Nope, we're fucked. Guys, I wanted, stop, fucking stop, stop. Oh my. Oh, we're getting a fucking lawn dart rammed up our assholes right now, guys. Like I have not thicked a 3-iron that bad in a long time. Move back, drop ball. All right, guys, the round's coming apart. If this was happening to me and I got paid millions of dollars a year to play golf, I bet I would be pretty fucking mad right now. Good shot. There's your silver lining. That ball was on the pin. But unfortunately, an object in motion wants to stay in motion, so it kept on going. 18 feet. You guys, I look forward to a day when I don't make these mistakes and blow rounds like this at the end, because we're 12 over now. We were doing so well, too. So well. Can't believe I just fucking took a divot with that 3-iron so bad. That was pretty embarrassing. 150. What's our 150 carry club? We don't have one. We don't have one. All right, let's finish strong. Let's finish as strong as we can here. Another 2-hour live stream. I don't like it any more than you do, believe me. Why did that go left? What the fuck? That felt so good off the club, dude. Generated some side spin or what? Because the ball hit right here, a little left to center. Right here. A little slightly over the top with a closed club face. Let's just finish out strong here. Let's get near the pin. 28 yards. Let's try to hit like 24 or something. Nope. Coast to coast. Cardinal sin. Okay, did we go green there? Okay, we're good now. There we go. There we go. All right, that was another rough one, guys. Bogey. Hole 18. Let's look at a couple of TikToks. We always try to do that on the 18th tee box. Let's see what this gal's got for us. This lady's name is Gizmo. And the first thing I'd like to point out is that she's wearing fucking Crocs to the gym. I know people love Crocs, but you shouldn't wear Crocs anywhere. I can't believe Crocs are still a thing. They're so fucking tacky and so fucking gross. I can't believe these are still for sale, legally for sale. I don't know why you need to dress like this at the gym. The gym is somewhere you go to lift heavy weights. This actually looks like a, is this a Planet Fitness? I think is the purple one. You guys, I had a Planet Fitness membership in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and they were so bent out of shape about keeping the fucking gym bro look out of the gym that I had one of the employees approach me in the weight room because I had a gallon jug of water. because I guess that's what fucking meathead gym bros carry. And he's like, you can't be in here with your gallon jug of water. And I said, okay, why not? And he said that because that's not the kind of like persona or whatever we want to project here at Planet Fitness. But apparently it doesn't matter if you dress like a fucking prostitute. I don't know if she's got those long tacky nails, but she's not dressed like you should be dressed at the gym. Call me whatever. Call me a misogynist. That's fine. It wouldn't be the first time. Anyway, she's saying you deserve someone who isn't scared of hurting others' feelings to protect you. You guys, the apostrophe should be after the S in others. Others' feelings to protect you. Anyway, I've said more than enough here about Gizmo or Gizmo or whatever her name is. She's wearing Crocs, obligatory nose piercing. She's got way too much makeup on, and she's dressed like a prostitute. This is not how you should look in the gym. And then they get mad when guys look at them. All right, so Gizmo's gotten beat up pretty bad here. Let's move on to the next and final TikTok of the night. I love Randy Rodani. He's fucking hilarious. He says hilarious shit. He self-deprecates. And I think he's just a cool guy. Like, he'd be fun to have a fucking beer with. He says, I'm going to start telling girls I'm unemployed, do drugs, and have no life because apparently they love that shit. I just think this guy's funny. He's got his little thing that looks like a knife, switchblade or a butterfly knife or whatever, and he ends up just combing his mustache with it. He's just a funny dude. He says funny, self-deprecating shit. Anyway, guys, that's all the TikToks I got for you tonight. Let's finish up this round that started off really strong and then got ugly at the end. We're on 18. It's a par 4, 400-yard par 4. Maybe we can get a stroke back here with a couple of well-struck balls, but for some reason, from what I can already see, I strongly doubt it. Let's hit a 3-wood into the fairway. Let's try to hit a 3-wood into the fairway. I think saying that it's going to go into the fairway is a bit presumptuous. Fucking Crocs, dude. Oh, it's fucking going left again, dude. Is that OB? Don't be OB. I can't afford 2 more strokes. Oh, thank God. Thank the flying spaghetti monster, whatever deity you pray to. I just say God because that's how I grew up, and you could be thanking Zeus. So guys, we've got 190 yards into this pin. The chances of getting anything below like a bogey are abysmal. We're going to have to, we've got colliders. We're just going to have to hit the classic fucking 3-iron punch here and roll it out on the fairway the best we can. I don't really know what else to say. Oh, shit balls, dude. Meticulously modeled colliders on this course here. That's too high for a punch, obviously. That wasn't a very good shot. Let's hit a wedge into the pitching wedge, that is, into the green and get out of this fucking abysmal round. I'm sure the chat is on fire. I'm sure everybody's saying what a terrible person I am for not liking Crocs. Oh, it was so fat. Guys, it is time to call it a night. I have hit way too many golf balls today. When I'm thicking my fucking pitching wedge, you know we got a problem. It's time to hang up the fucking clubs for the night. But I got to go cook dinner. 21. I wonder who would talk shit to me for cooking my wife dinner on TikTok. This, I got to make sure these go green when I'm using this wedge. Green. Okay, good out. Any out of the bunker where you're not hitting again from the bunker is a good out. I think we can universally agree on that. Let's get the fuck out of this terrible round of golf. 16 feet. Pretty bad misread there, I'd say. Maybe we pushed it. Smidge. Okay, guys, that was a really bad round, and this is only the SGT level of diarrhea. So we just had a lot of bad breaks there. A lot of strange fucking shots that for some reason went 50 yards to the left. Was it me? Was it the launch monitor? Was it the software? I don't know. But I don't see that stuff happen outside, so it's hard for me to justify it happening in here. But I get it. I get it. We are playing in a simulated environment. This thing above me is doing the best it can to look at what the ball's doing and project that into the software. I get it. I get it. Let's look at stats. These are more normal stats. But I don't even really shoot 15 over par outside anymore. So this is kind of a kick in the twig and giggleberries here, but we're over it. We're fine. There's your stats. If you want to take a look at them, go ahead. I'm going to bust back out to the GS Pro splash screen here and bid you guys adieu. Foof says Crocs are a good shower shoe so you don't get ringworm in the gym showers. Dude, I would rather stand barefoot in the gym shower than wear Crocs. I'm guessing you own a pair or you wouldn't be defending them. It's fine, dude. We can still be friends. Don't worry about it. Foof says that's Planet Fitness. And then Foof says lunk alarm. I think that is the terminology I was looking for, is lunk. But I got in trouble for having a gallon of water in a fucking jug at Planet Fitness. They said I couldn't bring it in there anymore, and that if I continued to bring it in, that I could risk losing my membership. So that was fun. Let's shut down the simulator. Foof says you never want to be barefoot in public showers. Let me reiterate. I would rather be barefoot in a public shower than ever be caught in a pair of Crocs. I'm sorry, dude. We're going to have to agree to disagree here. I would rather have some of those flimsy fucking fall apart after 30 days flip-flops. Crocs are not okay, dude. I'm sorry. We're just going to have to agree to disagree like gentlemen here. Foof says something about suing. I'm not going to sue anybody, dude. I ain't that kind of guy. So there's two problems here. If I told him I needed it for medical reasons, I'd be lying and then suing. So Foof's trying to be funny. I'm peckish. I'm getting in a worse mood by the minute here just thinking about people wearing Crocs. And Foof says, the water jug. Yes, sir, I knew you were talking about the water jug. Foof, I'm kidding. I'm not going to lie to anybody. I'm not going to sue. I just stopped taking my water jug in there because I didn't want any more fucking bullshit. So, yeah. But I'm also not going to lie to take a fucking gallon water jug into a gym. Anyway, this has gone on too long. You guys, if you're wearing Crocs, stop. If you're thinking about buying a pair of Crocs, don't. If you've already got a pair of Crocs, throw them in the garbage. They're fucking stupid and they look stupid and they're ugly. All right? There's my 2 cents. You can take it or leave it. The things I say in this live stream they're my own opinions and no one else's. But I love you guys. Foof says, fight the dehydration goblins at Planet Fitness. Yes, sir. You guys, I really got to go cook dinner. And if I sit here long enough, someone will keep typing shit in the chat. So I really got to cut it off now. You guys, we'll see you later.